News Services Division of All India Radio presents Northeast Diary. Good evening. Welcome to this edition of Northeast Diary. Here we bring you the latest developments from India's unexplored Northeast region. Today we will go over to Sikkim, where the state-level Baisakhi Parv was organized recently. In our Personality of the Week section, we bring an interview with bureaucrat-cum-writer Shri Madhusudan Nath. Nagaland government has launched the Tobacco-Free Schools to Tobacco-Free Homes campaign. The campaign aims to extend an anti-tobacco initiative from schools to homes. We have a report.
Nagaland government has declared all educational institutions, both government and private, in the state as tobacco-free zone with effect from May 1, 2023. Following the declaration, the State Health and Family Welfare Department officially launched the Tobacco-Free School to Tobacco-Free Home campaign at Little Flower Higher Secondary School, Kohima on April 14. The objective of the campaign is to encourage students to educate their family members about the dangers of smoking and the use of tobacco products. Students will also inform their families about the provisions of the Tobacco Control Law and the ban on smoking in public places. Out of 2,684 schools in Nagaland, so far only 356 schools in Nagaland were tobacco-free schools, comprising only 13.26%. All government hospitals, healthcare, health officers, including Directorate of Health and Family Welfare in the state has been declared as tobacco-free zone on January 23, 2023, while all private hospitals, health institutions were declared as tobacco-free zone with effect from April 11, 2023. For Northeast Diary, this is Mengo from AIR News, Kohima.
लाइफ है तो मुश्किलें भी है मुश्किलें टल जाएंगी सिगरेट गुटखा के धुएं में दुनिया तेरी जल जाएगी पटला का काहीतरी अरे दुनिया को है तेरा इंतजार
As part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav 2.0, the Ministry of Panchayati Raj has begun celebrating National Panchayat Awards Week in New Delhi from 17th of April, and it will continue till the 21st of this month. The celebration is also marking the National Panchayati Raj Day on the 24th of April. The 5-day National Panchayat Awards Week commenced on 17th April with the National Conference on Incentivization of Panchayats cum Award Ceremony. President Draupadi Murmu inaugurated the National Conference on Incentivization of Panchayats on 17th April and also conferred the National Panchayat Awards in different categories on the themes of localization of sustainable development goals. Of these categories, a Mizoram village has set a record for the state by bagging the award of Best Panchayat and also being the first village in the state to have received this award. Here is a report from our correspondent from Aizawl.
A remote and sleepy village in Saitwal district in Mizoram has made a history by bagging the prestigious National Panchayat Award 2023. The Village Council of Nopa village has ranked the best performing village in the country under the category of Nanaji Deshmukh Sarvottam Panchayat Puraskar. Officials said Nopa village is the first village council in Mizoram to have won the National Panchayat Award. As per the officials of the Ministry of Panchayati Raj, Nopa is ranked first among over 255,000 Gram Panchayats in the country. At the national conference, panchayats from different parts of the country have been awarded under various categories. Out of 4 different categories, the Nanaji Deshmukh Sarvottam Panchayat Shatata Vikas Puraskar is given for the aggregate performance under all 9 themes of localization of sustainable development goals. Nopa village, which is located in the northeastern part of Mizoram, is inhabited by over 1,000 families. The village is administered as a village council with 7 members. Officials of the State Local Administration Department said this award and achievement will boost the state government's initiative for rural areas. Director of the Local Administration Department, Rita Lalun Moi Pachuau said,
No words can describe our happiness at being awarded this award. This award being won by Ngopa village will inspire many villages not only within Mizoram but also villages outside Mizoram as well to aim for winning the National Panchayat Awards as well. And this will inspire the villages within Mizoram to know that they can aim and win the national award as well, and that no aspiration is too high, no goal is too high for them to achieve, and hence this award being won by Ngopa will be an aspiration for many villages.
As a part of the award, Nopa village received an incentive of 1.5 crore rupees and a plaque for its best performance in 9 themes of sustainable development goals. Out of several indices, the village shows outstanding performance in reducing poverty level and bettering livelihoods. The village was adjudged the best panchayat also for its good governance and being the healthy, child-friendly, women-friendly, water-sufficient, clean and self-sufficient panchayat. For Northeast Diary, this is Subhashish Chandra from Aizawl.
Northeast Diary program, broadcast every Thursday and Sunday at 5:30 p.m., brings very interesting and enchanting stories from the 8 Indian states of Northeast India. Don't forget to tune in. In Sikkim, the state-level Baisakhi Parv was organized by Namchi Sanskritik Manch at Kishan Market, Namchi, recently. Celebrated with traditional fervor, the event showcased the state's cultural heritage and linguistic diversity. More from our Sikkim correspondent.
Sikkim Chief Minister P.S. Tamang attended the concluding day of Baisakhi Parva in Namchi. He termed it a historic occasion and urged organizer to make it an annual event aimed at showcasing and preserving the state's cultural and traditional heritage. He said that Namchi should be identified as a place where Baisakhi Parva is celebrated in a grand manner and where visitors can immerse themselves in the Sikkim way of life. Mr. Tamang announced that the state government will provide grants to dance academies and upgrade sports facilities and highlighted reforms, especially in the health sector. The Chief Minister also spoke about the need for boosting tourism in Namchi and infrastructure projects in the district such as a new hospital, a block administrative center in Kopche, a university in Rong GPU and the Kamrang Alpine University. Chairman of Sikkim Silk Development Board Satish Chandra Rai highlighted how the Baisakhi Parva showcased cultural and traditional facets of Sikkim, adding that the celebration was also aimed at driving economic growth and garnering social goodwill. The Chief Minister also felicitated noted individuals from literature, arts and culture and released a promotional video for tourism in Namchi. With Saikia Sarkar, this is Tashang Bhutia for AIR News, Sikkim.
With the aim of addressing one of the biggest health concerns affecting citizens in the state, non-availability of essential medicines and lack of medical or surgical equipment, the Meghalaya government has decided to set up an independent agency to be known as the Meghalaya Medical Drugs and Services Limited to address this perennial problem. Our correspondent has filed this report.
Through this new initiative of the government, the citizens of the state, especially the families belonging to the lower income groups, will get a major relief as they can expect to get the medicines prescribed by the doctors whenever they visited any government hospital or government-run health centers.
At a time when the world is facing the ill effects of global warming, a remote village in Tripura has shown the way on how to reduce carbon emission. Acknowledging the work carried out by the Bagmara Autonomous District Council village, the Union Panchayati Raj Ministry has honoured it with a special award on carbon neutral. Our Agartala correspondent has a more detailed report on this.
The carbon neutral village of Bagmara does not have one protagonist, but it is a story of a collective effort by the villagers and administration. From banning single-use plastic to roping in women from the self-help groups and shifting towards organic farming are some of the key features under the Environmental Action Plan of the village, which made it possible to win an award from the Union government. Gone were the days when the extremist issue in this region was high on the agenda of state and central governments. However, a coordinated effort by the security agencies and administration in eliminating this malaise has brought about a much-needed positive change. Located in the Rupaichari Rural Development Block of South Tripura District, Bagmara is just like any other village in the country. But transformations such as dumping the waste in a pit to convert it into compost, refraining from using chemical fertilizers, emphasis on afforestation have led in bringing down the emission of greenhouse gases. Talking to AIR, Block Development Officer of Rupaichari, Abhijit Majumdar said,
Rupaichari RD block is one of the aspirational blocks of Tripura. It is located in the southern part of Tripura. It comes under South Tripura district. So basically, Bagmara Panchayat, one of the village committees of Rupaichari RD block, recently been nominated for Carbon Neutral Vishesh Panchayat Award. So Carbon Neutral Vishesh Panchayat Award is basically given to those panchayats which has almost neutralized the carbon footprint. So what we did is in 2018, 19, 20 and 2021, from that time onwards, we have taken our own environmental action plan. That environmental action plan has emphasized so much on the afforestation, then on the sustainable livelihood, then use of alternative energies and other allied things like banning of plastic and promotion of organic farming, etc. So with the help of the local villagers, we had generated huge awareness among the masses. So that helped us a lot. And also from 2019-20, we have created so many SHGs under Tripura Rural Livelihood Mission. So those SHG Didis became the flag bearers of our environmental project. Actually through them, we made this plantation as a habit. We have turned it into a social practice. So which is, I think, one of the unique approaches that we have taken. Apart from that, we have completely banned single-use plastic in Bagmara, so we can call it as one of the plastic-free villages of the country. We have focused through TRLM activities so much on the sustainable livelihood aspect like piggery, goatery, then organic farming. So we have trained them. We have Krishi Shakis. Krishi Shakis are training our farmers. That is like pyramidal approach. I am training you, then you are training 3 more people. So that is getting spread all over the village community. Apart from that, we have used our solar street light program to electrify all our habitations of this village. And we have encouraged people to install solar pumps under this PM Kusum scheme. So that helped us to minimize our carbon footprint and make it a carbon neutral panchayat.
Saplings are planted by the students in the school premises who rank first in a particular class. The administration has also been making constant effort in creating awareness among the masses to switch to alternative source of energy. For instance, solar pumps are being installed in the village under the PM Kusum scheme. Kunal Shinde for Northeast Diary from Agartala.
Seasonal and harvesting festivals are celebrated, which signify the time and season which is celebrated in Manipur. Let us hear more from our Imphal correspondent, JJ Thokchom.
The 2 days long 5th State level Hun A Thado Cultural Festival 2023 came to end yesterday at Thomas Ground in Kangkupi district of Manipur. The festival is celebrated under the theme Drug Free Society. It is an annual cultural festival celebrated at the arrival of the new year according to Thadu community. Chief Minister N. Biren Singh declared the opening of the festival on Tuesday along with other state ministers, MLA and other top civil and police officers. Different cultural dance, songs, folk music, beauty contests, cuisines, indigenous games and sports marks the festival with great enthusiasm. During this festival, children show great love and respect to their maternal grandparents by offering them the best fermented rice beer that their mothers prepared for the occasion. In return, they would receive blessing and gifts from their grandparents. Miss Universe 2021 Harnas Kaur Sandhu walked the ram as a showstopper at the closing function of the festival, which was also attended by Union Tribal Affairs Minister Arjun Munda and other dignitaries. JJ Thoksom, AIR News, Northeast Diary, Imphal.
In our Personality of the Week section, we have an interview with bureaucrat cum writer Madhusudan Nath. The interviewer is Manas Pratim Sharma.
Good evening and wishes all of our esteemed listeners a very happy Rongali Bihu. This evening we are joined by bureaucrat turned writer Sri Madhusudan Nath. His second book has been published recently and we will talk on his book. Mr. Nath, would you please tell us what is your second book? What is the topic? What is all about in this book?
Second book is relating to Cotton College days. My Cotton College days actually. So I stayed in Cotton College for 5 years. It was from 1982 to 87. So it was a long period, staying 5 years in two hostels of a college. So I had lots of memories actually. And when the memories sometimes came to my mind, I thought why I don't record them in writing. So that way it started. I started writing in Facebook only. I started in almost at the same time with my first book, Chronicles of a Civil Servant. So few episodes were not complete during that time. So Chronicles of a Civil Servant, that book was published a bit earlier. So almost the same time I used to write. So it was mainly about my days in Cotton College, not about Cotton College.
During your stay, your contemporary period, your colleagues, your hostel mates, your seniors and juniors. Right. And the name of the book is Cotton College.
Those Rainbow Days.
Those Rainbow Days.
Yes.
We used to say those were the days or those are the days.
Yeah.
So this is all about your days during Cotton College. What is the interesting facts came out from these books? Few interesting events, happenings.
Actually the name itself indicates it's Rainbow Days. Rainbow has 7 colors. So Cotton College days were those days where we had different colors of life, different experiences. So that way, the book has lots of memories of mine, which I was gradually forgetting. But when I started writing, then they began to come to my mind again. So to be specific about a few episodes, I would like to say one thing. One episode that is about ghost in the hostels of Cotton College.
Mm-hmm.
The story of ghost plays an important role. It is a matter of discussion. Among the boarders and new boarders, those who have come to Cotton College, Guwahati for the first time, most of them during our days came from the villages. So it was like that, and when we used to hear about ghosts in our villages also, but when it came to Cotton College, then also we came to know that there were some stories of ghosts. I wrote about the ghost in chapter 3. The title was Ghosts That Were Friendly with the Boarders. So there were different stories of ghosts. In second mess, we heard about ghosts entering of a big rope through the ventilator. In new hostel, we heard about a nurse walking from new hostel to DS hostel. up to the wall facing the Reserve Bank of India. So, but those are the stories. But one thing, after having a lot of discussion about ghosts, when we entered our rooms, then some kind of fear was always existent, was always haunting us. So one day what happened, I wrote in the episode, I was reading, I think, after dinner. So some sound was doos, this type of a sound was being heard in the veranda. So I was scared that it might have been the sound of a ghost. So after getting some courage, when I saw that the hostel Sokidar, whom we used to call Malikai, so he was asking for maize dues actually. So these are the incidents. And one more incident I would like to say, when we were just attending our classes, we did not have any idea about the buildings, where arts building was there, where administrative building was there. And from, I think, classes started from 9 or 9:30. So in between, we had some off periods. So during that period, it was very difficult for us to come to hostel and go again. So we didn't have any idea. So we didn't know about, I didn't know about the location of the library also, to pass the time, to spend the off period time. So one day what happened, I sat in the staircase of the main building, administrative building. So that was a very big thing, sitting for a first year boy in the staircase of the main building. So I was just doing it to spend the time. But in the meantime, I heard the sounds of someone coming to me, and when I looked upwards and saw that it was the hostel monitor. So he just asked me to get up and told me to meet in the hostel in the evening. So when I came to the hostel in the evening and reported to him, then he said, this is not the behavior of a hostel boy, so you should not do this. So when I explained to him that what made me sit there, then he understood. So those are the memories.
You have penned down here.
Yeah.
Is there any writer, author who influenced you mostly while writing this book?
I was a student of literature, English literature, so I had the opportunity to read many of the essays, novelists, playwrights also. So that way it is natural. I might have been influenced by someone, some English writer. So when I started writing, that sometimes I was thinking that perhaps I was writing in the style of Bacon. Sometimes I thought I might have been influenced by Charles Lamb. So that was my way of thinking only. But I cannot be the true judge for my writing. So when this book was released by Professor Robin Goswami sir, he was Professor of English Literature, Cotton College. So he said in his piece that my writing was influenced by Charles Dickens and maybe some Indian writers in English also might have influenced my writing. So that's very difficult to say for me to about the influence of other writers on my writings.
What is the response of your colleagues, your senior, your hostelmate, your roommates? Because it's a 4 or 5 years journey while you were in Cotton College, so you gathered lots of information, and describe also your contemporary friends, colleagues, seniors, juniors, all of them. So what's their response to your book?
The response was very big actually. When I convened the meeting, the book launch meeting, then what I thought was I would invite my batchmates, my seniors, immediate seniors, and my immediate juniors, because most of them were part of what I was writing. So I personally did not meet them also to invite to my function, but all of them, whoever could be contacted, all of them, they came from long distances, and the entire alumni house of Cotton College was full. And after the function also, went back to their places, they let me know, they wrote about the book in Facebook or other media. It was very useful. It was very interesting for them.
what is the response to your book that being written in English from Assam? I mean, how is the English readers in Assam? So, what is the number tentatively? Like, do you still believe one can write in English in Assam and get a good hefty return in terms of financial way?
Financial way I cannot say because I have it is my passion only. So I have written the book. Earlier it was very difficult to think about readership for an English book. But now the readership has increased for the English book, and there are some Assamese writers also writing in English. And most of the boys and girls of the younger
young generation.
They are now interested. They read books. They write also, and the response is good.
Since both books have been written in English, do you have any plan to get it translated in Assamese?
Yes, the earlier book, the first book, is being translated into Assamese. The translation is complete, and now we are expecting to get it in print in a month or two. So that book has been translated by Aroti Kolita. She has done a great job for me.
Okay, so readers can also have it in our own language, our mother tongue, very soon. And again, thank you, Mr. Nath, for giving us your time and valuable inputs.
Week section, we just heard an interview with bureaucrat cum writer Madhusudan Nath. The interviewer was Manas Pratim Sharma. And now we bring to you this beautiful Assamese song sung by Maith With that, we have come to the end of this edition of Northeast Diary. Do join us next week to hear more stories from this enchanting part of India. This program was presented by Anuja Kumar, scripted by Suparna Saikia, produced by Sharmila Goswami, and assisted by Kumar Gaurav. It was brought to you by the News Services Division of All India Radio.